everybody doing today? What I thought I would do is show you what I'm going to be doing with my jalapenos. I dehydrated some jalapenos the other day and they are nice and dry. And so what I do is with this is we powder our jalapenos. This is something my wife just loves. She uses the jalapeno powder on just about everything. And it's just a little too spicy for me. I kind of tend to be a wimp and everything. But I've seen in a lot of prepper groups as well as dehydration groups, people asking about spice grinders. And I wanted to show the one that I've got. This is called Chardor. I guess it's a Japanese one and everything. But it had a ton of great reviews on it. And so I purchased it probably about 6-8 months ago, and I love it. And some of the features are probably the biggest feature is that this motor will turn off if it's pulling too much power so that you don't burn the motor out. And that was one of the things I was really impressed with. I was doing orange peels the other day, and this one kind of got a little bit caught up or started really working hard and everything. And then the motor turned off because it was overheating and did a great job. But another feature that I liked is it has this adjustable, setting on how fine or coarse you want to grind your stuff. Now, again, this is a coffee grinder, aka spice grinder as well. It acts as both. And another great feature, one lockable lid, but this also locks out and you're able to pour your spices or your coffee or whatever out. And I've seen some of these others that, you put it on and you have to press it. But this is why I like this. It's basically push the button, fire and forget, which you'll see. But I'm really super impressed with this. I'll put a link to the bottom so that you guys, if you want to get, I want to say it was something like, 20-30 bucks. It wasn't that much. It was pretty decent. But I love this thing. And again, it got a lot of positive reviews on Amazon. And I'm not here trying to hawk this or anything. I'm just trying to show you what I use. And I've just been very pleased with this. And it just does a great job. Now today, what we've done is I've dehydrated a lot of jalapenos, and we left the veins and the seeds on. So I think this is going to be rather fiery hot. And so we'll see. And I even got a mask here just in case, N91, N95 mask, just in case I tend to blow this place up with jalapeno powder. Because the last time I did this in the kitchen, the dust got kind of everywhere, and talk about being gassed out of the kitchen. I was coughing and hacking. My daughter was coughing and hacking and everything as well. So you want to do this in a well-ventilated area outside, or just risk it and damn the torpedoes and do it inside, which is what we are doing today. So let's get rolling here. Now, what I'm going to do is try to move the camera over here so you really see what I'm doing. So, but got my grinder here, and now you could use gloves if you want. I'm not going to use gloves. What I'm doing is just kind of breaking these up into the spice grinder and trying to get as much as I can in here without going over the max level. And for those who are wondering, my kilt today is gun weathered. So I'm wearing my kilt today. The weather's been awesome, kind of cold, and so haven't been wearing it too often, but it's been a nice day today. So as you can see, that's how many I have. You can see the lines here, the markings on the cup. So I'm only filling it maybe half full, popping it in there. You put it in tight. Now we like a fine powder, and this is what I've produced last time. You can see it's a fine powder and everything. We've got an oxygen absorber in there, And then also I've got a canning funnel here, so that I can just pour this right in. And I'm going to really try to do this quickly so that I don't get the powder all over the place. So, oh, we got a bunch of seeds here too. I think I'll add those. So I'm going to set it to the fine grind. And what's, again, great, it's going to be loud for a while, so bear with me, but it'll automatically turn off. Actually, it's not that loud, but it's grinding away, but it senses how thick or how fine the powder is, and it will then automatically shut off, which is pretty cool. Again, fire and forget. It's just about there. There we go. Alrighty. Now, what I highly recommend, tap this puppy, and then I'm going to put my mask on because I don't want to kill myself. And don't I look great? But you can see some of that powder's wafting off here. I've got my so see, I'm smelling it even through the mask. So this stuff is pretty pungent. So let's go for the second round here. Try to be a little bit quicker because the vapors are already getting in the air. And even with wearing this mask, even though I'm not wearing it properly, I am still getting some jalapeno flavor coming through. I'm not coughing and hacking yet, thank goodness. So, again, lock her down, push it, and let her go. It's really simple. What I did when I dehydrated these, I dehydrated these at 125 and left it for about 12 to 16 hours. And so they're nice and dehydrated, nice and fine, and everything is grinding up really well. And you can see how much powder I've already added to this. You can see the different colors maybe. So newer powder versus older powder. So let's get this ready. Put my mask back on because this is the oops, getting a little ahead of myself. Now, got a little brush here, and what I'm going to do is brush out just the leftover excess to make sure I get it all, which helps with the cleaning. As you can see, I've got a nice big jar of jalapeno powder. Now again, you can probably see the darker versus the lighter. And so this is the newer, that's the older, but it's still very potent. We have an oxygen absorber. I want to say a 25 cc oxygen absorber in this, and keeps the powder nice and dry, keeps it nice and fresh. And this is something that, you know, my wife uses all the time. So she puts it on her meat and mixing it all together. But she puts it on her meat, she puts it on, I mean, just about everything. But primarily meat, eggs, and so forth. But this jalapeno powder, this amount right here, will probably last her about 4 or 5 months. 4 months, 4 or 5 months. Because this last powder that I made was from the summer jalapenos that we grew. And so this is what you can see what was left. But she uses, let's see if I can show you these. These are great little spoons to get. But times she'll use these to measure out what she wants. Because you only need a dab of this jalapeno powder. It would light you on fire. It would be interesting to see what habaneros do and everything. And then as a side note, if you ever get an intruder or anything like that, throw this in their face and it'll do some damage. So that is how you do and how you make jalapeno powder. Or dehydrated jalapeno powder. And so hopefully it was something that helped learn. For those of you who do not know, I have an Excalibur, and it's the economy model. I love this dehydrator. It's all I've ever had. Very easy. One knob, turn it on, turn it off, tell you what temperature you want it at. And yes, some of it's gotten in the air. But I love my Excalibur. And the great thing about an Excalibur is that it's forced air dehydration versus, and I like it because it's cross ventilation versus coming up from the bottom. I don't really care for the dehydrators that come up from the bottom. I want cross flow because that way everything dehydrates evenly and nicely versus on a bottom flow. A lot of the stuff on the bottom shelves will dehydrate first, and then your top shelves are still not as dehydrated. So you have to rotate your shelves and all that other junk if you want to get properly dehydrated food. So, but that is everything, folks. So tonight or today, I was using my Zocor, Shadowcore, or however you say this, coffee mill / spice grinder. And we made jalapeno powder from our dehydrator. So this will light you up, folks. Now, especially with the veins and seeds. My last batch didn't have veins and seeds. This has the veins and seeds. So this is going to be super hot. Well, that's everything. I just thank you for watching. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, and share. And tell other people about this. And then if there's anything that you would like me to do or anything you'd like to learn about or anything, do me a favor, make some comments below and let me know so that I'll be able to help, entertain and educate as much as possible. And, tell others. Happy spicy day. I'm Raymond Mhor, Kilton Prepper. We'll see you. Goodbye. God bless. And Kilt on.